Good morning, everyone. Welcome again to class 11 Information Practices. Today we will start chapter 2, that is Getting Started with the Python, part 1. In this part, we will learn introduction, history, features, and application of Python. Let's see the agenda. So, our agenda is introduction of Python, Python history, features of Python, drawback of Python, then we'll see the Python application, and then we'll see working in Python. Let's start with introduction. Python is a simple, high-level, powerful, object-oriented programming language. Object-oriented programming language are those programming languages that have the concept of object, classes, encapsulation, polymorphism, abstraction, and inheritance. So Python follows all these concepts. So that is why a Python is an object-oriented programming language. Python is also a general purpose, dynamic, and interpreted scripting language. Python was developed by Guido van Rossum in February 1991. Python programming language is based on two programming languages, that is, number one is ABC language and number two is Modular 3. These are the two languages upon which Python is based upon. Let's see the history of the Python. The foundation of Python was laid down in year 1980. In December 1989, the implementation of Python was started by Guido van Rossum at CWI in Netherlands. Followed with February 1991, Rossum published the code labeled version 0.9.0 at alternative sources. Then in January 1994, Python 1.0 was released with the new features like lambda, map, filter, and reduce. In October 2000, Python 2.0 added a new features like list, comprehensions, garbage collection system. In December 2008, Python 3.0, also called PY3K, was released, and it was designed to rectify the fundamental flaw of the language. In June 2018, Python 3.7 was released, and it was widely used. Recently, on May 13, 2020, Python 3.8.3 version was released. Now we'll see the features of Python. Python has a lot of features, and one of the first feature is easy to learn. Easy to learn means a Python is a compact and very easy to use object-oriented language with a very simple syntax rules, and it is a very high level language and thus very programmer friendly. Second feature is it is an expressive language. Expressive means it is more capable to express the code's purpose than many other languages. For example, if I am writing int a is equals to 2, comma b is equals to 3, then in Python I can simply write a comma b is equals to 2 comma 3. It means a will be 2 and b will be 3. So this way it is a very expressive that we will learn in a programming. The next feature is interpreted language. Python is an interpreted language, that is, interpreter executes the code line by line at a time, and this makes debugging easy and thus suitable for the beginners. Next feature is Python has a large standard library. Python has large and broad libraries and provide a rich set of the module and the functions for rapid application development. Next feature is Python is a cross-platform language. Cross-platform means a Python can run on a different platforms. Platform means operating systems such as Windows, Linux, Unix, Macintosh, etc. So we can say that a Python is a portable language. Next feature is Python is a free and open source language. Free and open source means a Python language is freely available, that is without any cost. So Python is available on its official web address www.python.org. And not only is it free, its source code is also available. That is why it is called a open source software. Next feature is it is an object oriented programming language. As in the beginning itself I told you, it is a object oriented programming language. That means it supports the object oriented concept of classes and objects, along with the features like inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation, and abstraction. Next feature is GUI programming support. So GUI application can be created using Python. Next feature is integrated. It can easily integrate it with a language like C, C++, Java, and other languages. And the next feature is variety of users and application. A Python can be used in diverse field or applications such as scripting, web application, game development, system administrations, rapid prototyping, GUI applications, database applications. So in different fields Python can be used. Now we'll see the drawbacks of Python. Although Python is a very powerful yet simple language with so many advantages, it is not the perfect programming language. There are some areas where Python does not offer much and is not that capable. Let's see what these are. These are: number one, not the fastest language. It means a Python is an interpreted language, not a fully compiled one. So Python is a first semi-compiled into an internal bytecode, which is then exerted by the Python interpreter. The fully compiled language are faster than their interpreted counterparts. So here the Python is little weaker, though it offers a fast development times, but execution times are not that fast compared to some compiled languages. The second drawback is lesser libraries. Python has less libraries as compared to other languages like C, Java, or Perl. The third drawback is not as strong on type binding. It means a Python interpreter is not very strong on catching the type mismatch issues. For example, if we declare a variable as an integer but later store a string value in it, the Python won't complain or pinpoint it. So this is another drawback. Next drawback is not easily convertible. Because of its lack of syntax, Python is easy language to program in. But this advantage has a flip side too. That is, it becomes a disadvantage when it comes to translating a program into another programming language. This is because most other languages have the structured defined syntax. Since most other programming languages have the strong syntax, the translation from the Python to other language would require the user to carefully examine the Python code and its structure and then implement the same structure into other programming language syntax. So that is why it is not easily convertible to other programming languages. Now next we'll see the Python application. So first application of the Python is web applications. So we can use a Python to develop the web application. It provides a libraries to handle internet protocols such as the HTML and XML, JSON, email processing, request, then feed parser, etc. And it also provides the frameworks such as Django, Pyramid, Flask, etc. to design and develop the web-based applications. So some important developments are Python wiki engines, then Poco. These all are the web application based on Python. Next is the desktop GUI application. Python provides a library called TKGUI library, and this library is used to develop a user interface in a Python based application. Some other useful toolkits like WX widgets, Kiwi, that are usable on several platforms. Next application is software development. A Python is helpful for the software development process, and it works as a support language and can be used to build, control and management testing, etc. Next is the scientific and numeric computing. Python is a popular and widely used scientific and numeric computing language. So some useful libraries and packages are SciencePy, Pandas, IPython, etc., where SciencePy is a group of packages for the engineering, science and mathematics. Next application is business and enterprise applications. Python is used to build business applications like ERP, that is enterprise resource planning, and e-commerce systems. One is Triton, is a high level application platform. Similarly, a Python can be used to create applications which can be used within an enterprise or an organization. Some real-time applications are OpenERP, Triton, Piccolo, etc. Next application is console-based application. Console-based application means those applications that can be executed through the command prompt. So we can use a Python to develop the console-based application, for example, IPython. Next application is 3D CAD applications. CAD means computer-aided designing. So three-dimensional computer-aided designing application can be created through the Python by using Fandango application, which provides the full features of CAD. So these are the various applications that can be performed through Python. Now we'll see the working in a Python. Before we start working in a Python, we need to install a Python on a computer. There are multiple Python distributions available. The first one is default installation available. Default installation available from www.python.org, and this default installation is also called a CPython installation. And this default installation comes with three parts, that is Python interpreter, Python idle, that is a Python GUI, and third is a PIP, that is package installer. So this combinedly called CPython installation, and this is the default installation. Second way of installing or second way of using the Python is by using the other Python distributions like Anaconda Python distribution, which is highly recommended, and it comes with many preloaded packages and libraries. And for example, NumPy, SciencePy, Pandas libraries, etc. And these other libraries are preloaded in this distribution. There is another way to use Python by using the IDEs. So by using the popular IDEs available like Spider IDE, PyCharm IDE, we can use Python to develop the applications. So how to install a Python by any of this process? So the best way is by using the CPython installation. So in the next class, we'll see how to install a CPython in a system, how to start writing a Python program in a very easy way. So till then, go through the video again, write the notes and study. We'll meet again in the next class. Till then, stay home, stay safe. Thank you.